Hello and welcome back to another episode of Space Engineers. As we're still here coasting along with this thing towards the base, which we can actually see from orbit. I think that's so... I can see my base from space. That is amazing. And we're nowhere near it. We're 10 kilometers away. Oh, that's absolutely great. Alright, so this little fighter, as beat up as it is, definitely doesn't have the thrust to take this thing and get it back onto the moon where I can salvage it. Can I jump out and turn my dampeners off here? Okay, dampeners are on auto. Good. Alright, I love that. Now this whole thing here, does this thing have power? Because this is a good question. Because if it has power, well, I guess I'll just get access to this door. I can leave it in space, and it will not despawn, and it'll be fine. Alright, get some things for it there. Gives me access to it. Yes, bat. So it still has a battery, fully depleted in 32 days. So there's no fear of it despawning anytime soon. So what I'm going to do is I could theoretically even leave this little fighter up here connected to it, just to, you know, keep it, give it a little bit of station keeping. Have the thrusters on it with dampeners on. But essentially what I'm doing is I'm just going to coast over the base, stay outside of gravity, park it in space, and then just leave it there. Because really, there's not much else I can do with it right now. For one thing, if I got close to the base, the turrets would probably notice all of the bad things on this and would shoot the shit out of it. And I don't want that. Oh, jeez. That's kind of scary when you get those shadows you fly through. The sun lines up with an asteroid, and you're like, oh my god, am I going to hit something? But no, we're okay. So yeah, we're getting pretty close here. If I remember correctly, the moon's sort of gravity is just a few kilometers, so we can actually get probably within 6 here, and then we can just leave it in orbit and fly our way back down to the base, because we're probably going to have to bring up the dropship, or at least something of that size, to be able to bring this down into orbit and onto the surface without things exploding. So let's put our dampeners on, and we're going to come to a stop here in a little bit. Oh man, we've lost one of our big backwards thrusters, which is really annoying. And yeah, we'll leave this fighter up here. It's got 13 hours of electricity. It's not really doing much. It's just coasting here. It'll keep this thing in place and defend it if need be. If I turn these turrets on, will it shoot the whole thing? Yes, it's going to shoot itself. Can you not shoot yourself? My god. Okay. We'll just leave this here. It'll be fine. Stay. Alright, we're going to GPS coordinates, new from current position, and we're going to leave this up here is the fighter with salvage. Excellent. And we'll just leave that there. And go for a little high altitude orbital dive here with our suit, which is absolutely crazy that we can do something like this. We'll get up to 1 billion meters per second as we're careening towards the moon here, because the suit is actually very powerful. The speed at which you can stop with this thing, like, boom. I've zeroed out my speed in just like a couple hundred meters. It's actually a little ridiculous how quickly that works. Dropship turret Gatling. Oh, do I have that show on HUD? Oh. Interesting. I do. I have one of these guns showing on HUD. Let's turn that off. That's kind of annoying. Drop. Ship GAT. Show on HUD. Off. Wonderful. Okay. So. Oh, I was being weird because I was going in and out of the oxygen zone, and why am I taking health hits? There should be O2 here. Come on. Okay, I think that having two of these pressurizers is causing issues. This one has everything green. This one doesn't. I'm going to cut this one away for a second. That's a lot of ice. Okay, fix it up, nanites. Because I think it's causing issues. And we need to fix room bug, if I'm not mistaken. Keen bug, fix room pressure. There we go, high pressure. Now we're breathing again on the moon. Okay, it is just about nighttime, which kind of sucks. I had to start this episode while I was flying back, but that's the wrong time of day. We have gotten a new dropship design in the last episode, so we can actually start that being created. So why don't we do that? Let's get a projector out and get the stuff we need for that, and we'll get it started. And let's see, where do I want to get this started? Probably somewhere where there's lots of space, and I should make a little bit of a gantry of light armor blocks to sort of protect it, get it up and away from the base a bit, like so. So the idea is, for this thing, is that it's going to be my new ultimate dropship. It's a souped up version of the one that I have already. And that's it. It's just a little bit bigger in every which way. And nothing much else for that. Seat. Let's put a flight seat? Yeah, let's put a seat down here, so that way I can adjust things a little bit easier. And I'll get this set up real quick. If I put a seat here and weld it up, I can then go into here and set the projector, which would be this one, and blueprints. And we go to a dropship, which is the new Leopard Dropship Mark II. And it is in my workshop if you want it. And let's take a look at that thing. Oh yeah. It's beautiful. It's huge. And we need to adjust where it sits here. So we'll go G menu, projector. I don't know which one's which. Projector, Mark II. Now we'll know which one's with. Mark II. There we go. So we'll go increase horizontal, decrease horizontal, increase vertical, decrease vertical, increase forward, and decrease forward. And now we can play with these. So we can push it away. That's probably what we want to do. And then raise it up a bit. And pull it back this way a bit. Yeah. Okay. I think right about there is probably good. Maybe we want to push it forward, though. Yeah, just so it's not over top of everything. Still within the shield there, which is fine. And then we'll drop it down a pair of blocks. Just so that the side of it can align with the side of there. Perfect. Alright, so now what I can do is I can pull this out from here right until it aligns, and now this is buildable. And nanites, being the wonderful things that they are, we'll start building it. So the key features of this, if you haven't watched the other video that I made where I was designing this and playing around with it, is it is bigger in every aspect. It's a couple blocks longer, it's a couple blocks taller, a couple blocks wider, just so it's dropship XL. We've got more braking thrusters, the same outside to side because I thought that was appropriate. More back thrusters. We got now 3 back here as we are wider and we can fit it, and then 6 on each side pointing backwards. These ones are now mirrored, so instead of coming flat and then having a big facing down, they're now mirrored down, and they have 3 guns on them instead of 2, which has a gun underneath for pesky fighters that are underneath us. On the down face, we've got actually 6 thrusters with 2 up front, so it feels like it's a bit more balanced instead of just all the thrust at one end. And then inside the thing, we've got a whole bunch of connections here, a bunch of space still in the front to put jump drives and such as needed. If we come back, let's go up to the cockpit here. We've got a little bit of cargo. That's one thing this doesn't have very much yet, is very much cargo space. No large cargo on this, because I don't know. If I'm gonna put large cargo on this, I'm probably gonna get rid of the hangar bay and just replace it with cargo. But yeah, a reefer ship has noticed it. Is it coming for me? It's coming for me. Okay, this is gonna be exciting. It's a night battle. But yeah, we've got a full medical bay. We've got a bed, a vent here so we can pressurize that area. And back here, just a bunch of hydrogen tanks, hydrogen thrusters, a little bit of everything you would need. And also the wings are filled with batteries, although it's pretty hard to see in this projection. But we have Strike Corvette about to hit us, which will be interesting because I'm excited to watch my shield in play. What you gonna do, Strike Corvette? Here come the turrets, man. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like, what can you do against this firepower? Except just get absolutely shredded into little bits. And as it goes across the base, all the turrets are lighting up. Oh, jeez. I went outside the shield there for a second. Everything's falling down as it just rips the Reaver ship to shreds. There went its hydrogen tank as it crashes into the landscape. Oh, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, you didn't stand that much of a chance, you little Reaver bastard. And it's within range of my nanites, and they're already coming to come pick it up and clean it up. Oh, that is absolutely amazing. Well, I think we're going to do a cut in this episode. So we're going to leave the base to work on this overnight. And we're going to come back. It's going to be already partially built, this new dropship. Actually, you know what we can do in the meantime? I wonder, what we should do. I know what we should do. We should, temporarily disable the turrets, and we should go get that, salvage that's up there. We should bring it down with this dropship, now that we can. Because in the future, we're going to have to salvage this whole dropship. We'll throw it into a bin. We'll get it destroyed. Okay, we gotta check our things here. Ice. Where is ice? Is the great big pile of ice local, or is it on the base now? These are all 50Ks, 50Ks. Oh, it looks like the millions of ice is actually gone, and we're getting down to small bits, which is kind of interesting. What about for our hydrogen tanks? Are they all filled? Wow, they're all filled. Okay, so it took like the 11 million ice that I brought up to get them all filled. But beyond that, we're just running on some hydrogen engine power here. Excellent. Okay, so I can detach. So let's get those connectors. Connector 3, and we'll unlock. And we'll take off from the base. Super Gremlin, nothing we have to worry about. Now, we need to go turn off base turrets. Base turrets. What would be the best way to disable these? Probably just go to the script and turn it off. Because considering there actually isn't anything else on this base that has actual AI to their guns. It's all scripted. So if I turn off that script, wherever the hell I put it, where did I put that script block? Then it would work. Oh, I put it right here. Yeah, this is my turret control. If I turn it off, then my turrets should be off, which is a very dangerous predicament to be in. So we should not be here for long. We should go and get that thing done immediately. And in the meantime, we'll turn off our antenna. Because, yeah, we don't want to be tracking any reaver ships while we're gone. And the base is non-defended. That would be very bad. Same thing here. If we turn off all of our designators, things should be fine. So we've turned off all of our turrets. And we can head on up and get this thing right now. Oh, what's this thing here? Wait, what are you? Why am I taking little bits of health hits? What are you? Is this more salvage? I like it. I like having salvage. Dropship turret designator. I want to put these into a nator group because I want to be able to toggle these on off. Group and toggle block on off. Okay, there's still things to shoot on that. But this is salvage. Huh. And we're in gravity here, so it's station keeping, which is kind of nice. Let's go explore it. Didn't shoot at me this way, so hopefully it's all beat up and non-functional. Can't repair that without more components. Well, I could probably steal some from one to repair another. Which one has a fair amount? There we go. I just need a little motors. Come on, who's got some motors? Hey, you do. There we go. Got you. What? Come on. I went below the hack line. Why are you still red? Now you should be yellow. There you go. Turret. No. None. Okay. You got battery? No, you don't. You're probably just running off the reactors. Okie doke. So, this is some more salvage I can bring down. Excellent. And let's not GPS this. Let's just go bring it down. Why not? The last real use of the dropship is collecting all this salvage from orbit. just latch onto it here with my... let's get on my back ones. And no, do the front. That way it's not like I'm blasting it with my my thrusters there and burning it. Oh, I thought I grabbed it. Did not. So all this past weekend, I have been working my little tail off at a martial arts seminar. Oh, it was so tiring. Freaking doing martial arts all day. And then some, like, the 80-year-old Japanese guy is faster and better than me at doing the moves, and I'm like, what am I even practicing this for? But improvements were made. Yes. And if you guys are wondering, it's called IAIDO. IAIDO. You can Google that and you can see what it's like. Oh, those designators, they're lighting it up, but they shouldn't do anything. The turrets shouldn't activate, because the script isn't on. Yeah, we're good, we're good, we're good. They're just gonna fruitlessly shoot stuff into it. There we go. Come on, we're coming down. I should disable those. Turn off the designators and turn the script back on, kind of like what I did with this this ship here. And then that'll work. And there we go. And let it sit there. Excellent. Alright, let's go turn those designators off. I don't want them wasting my tracer ammo. And where is the quickest way I can access them? Probably through one of these. Yes, through one of these. So, designators off. And then programmable block on. Yeah, that's better. Oh. TransU Reaver. Oh. Is it going to notice anything? Ooh, is it going to notice my fighter? Hopefully not. I don't want it to. I'd kind of like to go get my salvage out of space here. I don't have a shield on right now, so I can't really go and fight that thing. Well, I mean, I could, but it would probably be the end of my dropship. I mean, it's not like I'm going to be using it any much longer after this. I just need to get this this salvage down and get the fighter out of there. But still, we'll go up here the stealthy way. Get up to this dropship. Come on. Oh my god. This thing does not have enough braking thrust. It's one of the things I definitely took care of with that ship there. Braking thrust. So slow. There we go. Alright. And just coast up to the fighter. Oh, is she coming towards me? Please no. Who else could you be going to? That thing? Okay, we need to turret on. And we need to get turret towards it. We need to face it in case it's coming towards us. We're going to keep moving towards the fighter. But not get in super duper close range because we have some issues with that thing. My turrets might start shooting the salvage that I have. And not focus on the Reaver. But it looks like he's coming in. Oh, damn it, I didn't want to fight him. Especially not because I have my jump drive on this thing. Yeah, not wanting to fight him with my jump drive. My jump drive would be far too big of a loss if I lost it. Alright, we're booking it back to base. Or at least putting some distance between us and him. Is he going after my fighter? Yeah, he's going after the fighter. Oh, maybe I can get in while he's distracted. If he's shooting the fighter up. Yeah, he's shooting the fighter up. Maybe I can get in while he's distracted and get some damage done. If things start going to shit, I can always jump out. Also, I'm going really fast here. I'll just do a nice pass by. Oh, jeez, he's huge. He is huge. Okay, no, I'm out of here. Because that thing was still flashing Maydays. Alright, we're pushing it. We're pushing it back to base. And there's base. It's nice that it's nice and visible. Let's get a good few hundred meters per second here and then coast. Goodbye, fighter. It was good knowing you. But we're careening towards the planet. Gotta pull up. Gotta get these big downward thrusters in play. Alright, now we're good. Now we can slowly fall back towards the planet. I took some damage there. I think is my top rotor turret dead? One side of it is. Damn, that sucks. Yeah, we took some serious damage from that, but that's okay. Again, this thing's a write-off at this point, pretty much. You are obsolete in being replaced. Although, I may want to retrofit you. Maybe make a version of the smaller ship here that can be sort of like just a cargo transport in the future. Alright. So it was a mistake to have the, Alright. Where are things shooting at? Oh, that stuff. Okay, I can turn your turrets off. It was a mistake. It was a mistake to have the, thing still flashing Mayday every so often. The Reaver, got too attracted to it. Which sucks. But yeah, I think I'll do a little bit of jump to the morning here. I'm gonna grab the salvage ship and rip some of these bits of salvage that I brought down apart, as this thing can go and dock up and get a little bit of repairs from the nanites, and the nanites are building its Mark II version. Let's get down here and get into position. Oh, we can already see like this train of nanites coming to fix it. Nice. And while it is still nighttime, we've done enough to these things that the turrets are no longer firing at them. So nanites are going to slowly work on those, and I really need to set up another grinding pit, which is probably going to be, I think this area is going to be a dock, and this area should be a grinding pit. But soon, very soon. In the meantime, as this thing is building up the new dropship, we're also going to get started on a new fighter ship, as I'm just going to assume that the other one is gone. Considering it's been, oh, I already have a flight seat ready. Considering the fact that it's getting pounded on by that Reaver Transu, it hasn't left it since. So I assume that the fighter that I have is completely gone. So rotor, we'll add a small head, and we'll get that welded on, and then do the trick we did before, where we put a projector onto a small rotor, and now we can load a thing onto that. projector Mark II. This will be projector fighter. And under blueprints, we've got other versions of my Dragonfly. So I'm thinking we're just going to do Dragonfly. Let's do Dragonfly Oki, and then I can, we're just using the Oki weapons, and then I can screw with that and figure out what I want to do with it. Alright, so we'll load that in, and that is right on top of me. Oh, geez. Alright, so time to move that to the side, as I don't want that being built there. So let's set up the things just like before. Fighter, and we'll go increase, decrease, increase, decrease, increase, and decrease. We'll also do increase pitch, increase yaw, and increase roll. And I want to get that one done first. Okay, well that was easy. Exactly what I expected it to be. So right there, centered is fine. I need a couple blocks higher. And I'd say a couple blocks back, just like so. Boom. Super easy to get that set up. And now we just need to put out a few blocks until we get to there. And one more over, and then 1, 2 up. And now it's buildable. Excellent. So this thing will be our new fighter replacement. And it's got the Oki weapon on it right now. It's got some innards, but I'll probably grind those away and redesign it a little bit. It also has a connector port on the bottom, which is going to be important because for all of my ships, all the single-man fighters and also single-man utility ships and everything are going to become drones soon. And they're going to be like this, except if this passenger seat was an actual cockpit. So it will have the ability to fly around and be a drone. I'll also be able to get on and drive it at my own leisure. But the main important thing is I'm going to have auto docking for all of them. So when I set up a large dock, I'm going to have like a platform coming off of, a little bit of lag there as something was probably loading in. I'm going to have platform coming off of here, and then in the air here there's just going to be a bunch of little landing platforms, one for each. And they're all going to have a waypoint that is specific to them. Each is going to have their own dock and their own sort of little name plaque there and all that kind of stuff. And so when I'm done using it, I can just sort of fly over top of the dock area, press a button on my bar, and then just get out. And then the ship will automatically orient itself, fly over, and dock into its appropriate spot. And so that way I don't have to fiddle around trying to back up to connectors and all that kind of stuff and doing it all manually. Just let the computer do it for me, which will be easy peasy and amazing. But yeah, let's see. This can get a little bit of stuff started on it. But realistically, we need to let the nanites do their things, especially with all the tiny little innards that are on these kind of ships. Yeah, I need steel plates to build everything. But nanites should be doing their thing. Go nanites. Do you need anything? You need 240 superconductors. For what? What do you need superconductors for? 280 now. Why? These are all built. These don't need superconductors. What do you need conductors for? Oh, is it because this thing doesn't have a shield in the blueprint? Huh. Well, I have no idea why this needs superconductors. But if it needs them, I should probably build them. Is the jump drive on this thing still happy? Jump drive is still happy and still put together. I might need to liberate the gold out of that, because I need to rebuild the jump drives into this. I don't know. There's just so much to do. My life is just too busy here in this space engineer's land. There's just far too many things to do. But we'll clean up a few bits around the base as we talk. But yeah. I wonder. Yeah, so I think that's the next few episodes, if we can lay that out. We need to create a docking port, redesign all these little ships. We need to get these new ships all created and happy and wonderful and ready to kick ass. Then do some more kick-assing. But in the meantime, I guess that'll be it for this episode. We just did a few things. We gathered up some salvage from space. I don't know if this was truly a productive episode or not, but we have our salvage. And why am I slowly dying? Come on, helmet. Put on. I've got smart suit for a reason. Ooh. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh yes. This is a burning salvage from space. But that's going to be it for now. We've got fun things happening in future episodes with all the new stuff we're making. And we'll finally get this base totally finished off with all the cleanup that I need to do and all that stuff. But for now, thanks for watching, and good hunting.